What's up, my brothers? No, really, what is up, my brothers? We had a little bit of argy-bargy on national television right before the kickoff of the Philadelphia Eagles and the Tampa Bay, North Carolina, whatever the other team was, with a guy named Malcolm Jenkins of the Eagles and the Carolina Panthers, a guy named Eric Reid. They're both safeties. They're both down with the cause. They've both been protesting the systematic white oppression, white racism in this country. Reid did it by taking a knee. Malcolm Jenkins did it by raising his fist in the air. Reid's all pissed at Malcolm Jenkins because last year, Malcolm Jenkins was one of the guys sat down with the commissioner, and the commissioner came up with an idea to solve this whole problem of white oppression of black people in America. He said, would this problem go away if I gave you guys $100 million to play with? And they all said, that'll do it. Yeah, oh, hell yeah. Anyway, so Eric Reid is big buddies with Colin Kaepernick. And during the settlement, when they were trying to figure out how to divvy up the money, I don't know where the money went, but wherever it went, it didn't go to Colin Kaepernick or any group controlled by him or anything like that. Eric Reid was all pissed off. It almost turned into a fight. Yes, imagine that. Violence breaking out at a football game. Eric Reid's all pissed off now at Malcolm Jenkins. We'll learn more about that from his own words in a minute. But it's weird because in the Philadelphia area and in the state capital of Pennsylvania, Harrisburg, Malcolm Jenkins is one of these guys. He goes around to all the offices all the time telling all the white Republican legislators that black people are relentless victims of relentless white racism all the time, everywhere. That explains everything. And that's the only reason they get stopped, the only reason they get arrested, the only reason they get tried. That's the only reason they get convicted. That's the only reason they get sent to prison. And that's the only reason when they get out, they go back really quickly. All wildly out of proportion. It's all white racism. And that's why they're taking a knee. That's why they're plunging their fist in the air. You guys know that story. Anyway, Colin Kaepernick was all happy. One of his buddies stuck up for him. Funny, on the commentary, I didn't see this, but I heard about it. The commentators saw this because the camera went to it. These two players broke off from the coin toss, and they're kind of getting ready to have a little bit of argy-bargy right there before the game starts. The commentators go, well, I had a feeling that may have involved something that happened off the field. In other words, they knew exactly what was going on, but they didn't want to tell us. That's the one thing that sports reporting is bad on. They basically, no matter if you work for the paper or the TV or whatever, you always are conscious that you're working for the team. And if you lose access to the team, you basically lose anything interesting you might have to say. There's a couple of exceptions to that, but they proved the rule. Anyway, after the game, they went to Eric Reid in this locker room. I think they lost by 1 point to the Eagles. They went to Eric Reid and they asked him, hey, what is up with that? Eric Reid played the James Baldwin card. Let's check that out.
No. Does it have anything to do with the disagreement about the Players Coalition?
He's a sellout.
Why do you say that?
Because he's a sellout.
Is that what you told him?
Yes. I think it was James Baldwin that said to be black in America and to be relatively conscious is to be in a constant state of anger. In a constant state of anger.
Are you more angry at the state of being black in America that entails, or with what Malcolm has done several last 2 years?
It's systemic oppression, which is what I'm protesting, and neocolonialism. Man, it keeps happening.
Do you think that he's guilty of colluding with that? Neocolonialism?
I would say he's a neocolonialist. Yes.
Hey, Eric. So black people are in a state of perpetual anger in America? I don't know. I guess that's, if James Baldwin said it, I mean, he was around in the 40s, 50s, and early 60s. I guess he said it long before I stole it from Eldridge Cleaver. I'm not Eldridge Cleaver's cousin, Emanuel Cleaver, mayor, then mayor, now Congressman Emanuel Cleaver, who told us in Kansas City they didn't really want to crack down on black criminality at the Country Club Plaza because all that was going to do would make the black kids angry.
E-N-G-L!